My name is Thedas. I would judge the liar to the limit, but still I'll tell the truth through these pages, because I have the guts neither to tell about it over and over again, nor to realize that these events are gradually beginning to fade from my memory. I saw all this with my own eyes, and I'll tell you about it. It all started in the Dragon Age. We thought that the world breathed serenity. We clung to the moments of peace without noticing the spreading, disturbing rumors. We hid our secrets, trying to survive and help others, because the purpose of life is kindness and mercy. But even something as beautiful as mercy can be the way that the taint comes to you, ending your life. If there is someone nearby who will extend a hand, you can delay this moment. But the evil has already begun to consume the world that we knew. With the beginning of the Blight, the chaos reigned. The evil seeped into the most secluded corners of the familiar serenity, spreading along the walls of our dreams, penetrating into the souls, generating fear, disbelief, and emptiness. The evil carried inhumanity with it. What did Cole feel, forgotten for many days in a small cage? He was frozen, dying of hunger with no hope of escape. No one can tell if there is a limit of despair and what consequences it carries. When chaos rules the world, a little human life means nothing. We can just forget about it. Meanwhile, the cities were filled with madness. Death has already become something ordinary. The Blight deprived people of sanity, turning them into an angry, uncontrollable crowd. People have forgotten about mercy. It's easy to be valiant when you always win and everything goes your way. But life has its own rules. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to those closest to you. Even if you try hard, you can't save everyone. And when close people leave, the memory of them remains with you until the end. It becomes a part of you. It becomes the symbol that you cling to when you don't have strength anymore. The symbol that you will carry with you until the end of time. This story will not have a plot. There will not be a coherent narrative. I recall the memories and write them carefully on the pages of this book. I tell you about the events that will bind someone's fate and about patterns. I speak to you of people. But if there is any reference point, then it is here. It is at this moment that my story finds its hero. The light shall lead her safely through the paths of this world and into the next. For she who trusts in the Maker, fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes toward flame, she should see fire and go towards light. The veil holds no uncertainty for her, and she will know no fear of death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield, her foundation and her sword. Somebody fights to protect loved ones. Somebody fights for their freedom, creating out of their hate a weapon aimed at the torturer. They make a weapon out of themselves. Who are you, Fenris? Are you killing or a pleasure machine? What unstoppable force lives in you? Which path will you choose when you fight freedom? At least, it will be much easier to walk on it without shackles. The war has two faces, life and death, victory and defeat. And it is a great success if you find your purpose, your mission in it. Even if the price is so high and you find yourself on the opposite sides of the barricades with your brother, if you are a strong-willed warrior, then you will choose the armor. And let this path lead you to triumph. Let your heart and hand not tremble, and the sword judges justly. In Kirkwall, the days went slowly. And I was starting to think that this city was crazy about crisis. I sometimes found Garrett wandering in the slums, but almost always our disgruntled elf followed him like a sullen shadow. It seemed to me that Fenris was too accustomed to have a master. He even less threw at Anders. However, although these two hated each other, but this did not cancel the mutual trust that suddenly arose between them. And their common love for Hawk, of course. He really changed us, even Isabella. When the sacred scripture of Kumari lore was already in her hands, she realized, why have profit, deceit, and indifference gone? What made her doubt herself and her choice? The much-desired artifact in the hands, covered with blood and invested with power. And the sheep, the sea route, the smell of danger and profit so beckon and call. Isn't that what you dreamed of, Isabella? To be free as the wind, setting the sails. Can you leave the drifters halfway? The city survived the siege of the Kunari hard. Kirkwall drowned in confusion and blood, and to restore order in it, not only steel armor was needed, but also iron nerves. But even heavy armor can have weaknesses. It is the despair of a child in which love and hate merge into one. Scarlet banners were at the end of the street, hope and fear, blood splatters, and the shield of the Templar hiding from the view of the street, littered with mutilated bodies. The commander's moments of weakness should be behind closed doors. The destruction of the asylum by the Templars, the raise in the hanged man, the accusations of blood magic, and finally Carver. Hawk had a reason to be angry. But there's a debt, and whether he wants to or not, he will have to do his duty, just as she does hers. That's what the Templars do every day. The monster killed her parents. The monster destroyed her house. The monster ate Amelia from the inside. Sometimes an amputation is required to stop an infection, and the amputation of this infection will not end anytime soon. Walking side by side along the deep roads, having survived so many dangers, standing back to back, protecting each other, at some point their awareness bursts into an all-consuming flame. The best villains don't see themselves as evil. They're fighting for a good cause, willing to get their hands dirty. We tried not to notice anything, and our mistake cost thousands of lives. The explosion in the church was followed by bloody battles, casualties and many deaths. At the same time, Ferelden plunged into the morning. A terrible tragedy took the life of Divine Justinia. The fragile truce between Templars and mages has collapsed, and the sooner a new High Priestess will be chosen, the sooner there will be changes. We can talk about politics and completely forget about the soul. Any king is someone's father. Any executioner is someone's son. And death brings birth. And a new child is born in agony of a mother. Long or short, no one knows how your obedient servant carried the story of the Guardian to the epicenter of events. And now, I'm already a witness of a new milestone in the history. I saw it with my own eyes, how it was born, how it developed, and what it has become now. The Inquisition. Our future is being written before my eyes, and each of us is an integral part of it, restless creators of their own lives and the world that will become our home. Light produces the light, and darkness does not generate anything. And the Maker sent the conductor to the doomed to perish in the darkness. We can do a lot, but only she, having sacrificed her own life, will save our life. We will believe that it will be so. Andraste will never leave us. There is no place for weakness in this war, and only the one who can dress in armor not only the body, but also the heart will win. It is easier to defeat an opponent when he is standing right in front of you. But the inner pain that we do not see is much stronger than any enemy, and doubt devours the mind, and the will weakens, because to oppose yourself means to Cole said that I'm writing the untruth, but the truth for myself. This guy always knows where the truth is. The greatest secrets are open to him. In his own way, he knew wisdom as no man or spirit had before. nothing secret. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at that time. When there's a hole in the sky and the demons are lurking everywhere on the earth, the world needs a protector. And I brought him to the Inquisition because I did not expect such an outcome. And I didn't get to say goodbye. Let the blade pass through the flesh. Let my blood touch the ground. Let my cries touch their hearts. Let mine be the last sacrifice. Here lies the abyss, the well of all souls. From these emerald waters doth life begin in you. Come to me, child, and I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity.